Is this thing on? Alright, this thing is on. Alright. You see how this one right here, the bishop, the sword bishop kitty, he's watching above. You know what he's watching? He's watching for this. He's watching for this overlay to overlay. You see that? I didn't even know that was going to happen until it happened. Still there. And because we have trusted tarot, let's trusted tarot. Let's see what it says. I was almost concerned about this game because it was making some pretty bold threats. I try to honor the threat by counterattack. But then again, we're supposed to actually pass through that. That's a yellow chakra trial. It's a trial. We're supposed to use your intellect to figure out how not to attack. It's not about... I mean, you can fight and kill if you think if you have to be the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the world, then you can do that. But it's better to use your mind. If you can kill with your mind, you've won. 4 of Wands. Harmony. The 4 of Wands. Harmony comes from family stability this Wednesday. This is Wednesday. Being around your loved ones should bring those your reassurance as well as joy and laughter. Those you seek... Wait. Those you consider family, quote unquote, don't have to be blood relatives. Either seek out the company of those who you love the most. Well, that's nice. But why the fuck does it matter? Why would it be important? Why do you even need to look? I've been looking at the advanced symbolism, and I'll show you where I found it, so you can also go to it. If you're interested in something like this. Oh, shit. Now, this guy... He's another one. He's got really good show. There's something going on with this shit with him, and I only think so because we have Scottish in our blood. So I do think that blood speaks to blood. I don't mean you have to drink nobody's blood. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you have different heritage, like that goes through to the land that he's there, watching it, Christiania. He knows something. He's actually not a bad guy. He gets a lot of shit too, but from the... I don't know what it is with the one side of the people who want to be... just make, either you know, you don't know. You have to be interested in stuff, and then you have to be able to follow the clues. The clues are going to be put there for the Cooper dog. So like that. That's like that brown dog Cooper that came. I told the story about... The name's been popping up a lot. But today... And if that dog would have came after it had killed our chickens... Let me tell the story. It's Scott Mandelker's where I would go. And the archetypes on the Law of One, he summarizes it and goes through... Oh, great. See, I have to... What, did it cut me off? Is that what it did? No, okay. See, it's so confusing. Everything's fucking confusing as hell. And I press it. See, I pressed the wrong orange button. I've had to move my shit from side to side, back, and then I'm partially dyslexic. Look, the time is the right time. That's the setting for my clock. Ah, perfect. We're in time. My clock is broke. I got the broke pocket watch. Don't laugh at me. It was a gift. It's time, Whopper. Time for what? It's time to take Little Reindeer by Julia Lemke outside. We'll take Julia Reindeer outside. Come on, Julia Reindeer. That's not a reindeer's face on there, Julia. We have a Viagra clock, and it was right in time. My other one is set to the same time. All right, let's go outside. Are you ready? We're going to get into this new topic. Why the fuck is there a new topic? The clues suggest what the topics are. The topics are timed. Right, Kitty? So, yeah? Yeah? And I really do. I love my friend Kitty Cat. Especially when he's got a skunk's tail back. Hold on, Kitty Cat. I need you to remain still so that you can be a hybrid animal. In art, not life. We don't need that shit. I'll put it on top of my car. So, these are the clues I've got so far. It's have a look at the mixed creatures. The different ones where someone tries to, because you have actual hybrid animals, and then you have where someone tries to make an animal look like either a human or whatever. And I'm going to suggest the first clue to look at this is embedded within. Good Lord, dude. The old South Park, where they have the monster, and they say pig and elephant DNA. It just won't splice. I don't remember what the episode was called. I know that there was a monster. Timmy. It was a big genetically modified Timmy. Timmy. Damn, kitty. So, genetically modified. What can be genetically modified? Genetics can modify the reality. That is not... You shouldn't eat GMO food. Okay, everybody kind of knows that that's not a good idea. But what if GMO can also mean modified by your genetics? Like, when your genetics open up, because they like... Welcome to the New World Order. How may I answer this phone call? Just run with me for a second. Because the idea here, when you're triggered by the world, because you can see something. You can see something and other people can't see it. Like, you know where it's going to go. You're at the edge of a cliff. And you can see that there's the edge of a cliff because you have 6-foot vision. You can see everything 6 feet away. And the rest of the world, they only see things at 3 feet. You have a genetic disposition to see differently. So your genetic modification can be to warn those that only see from 3 feet. Hey, bro. It's fucking cliff edge here, bro. Fucking don't walk off the cliff. You tell everybody that. Now no one else can see. And maybe it's been established that you are the one who can see. 6 feet away. Everyone else can see 3 feet away. So what happens? And you let everyone know there's a cliff. And all these other people in the group are saying, he's lying. He can't see 6 feet away. He doesn't know there's going to be a cliff. Who can see 6 feet away? Everybody can only see 3 feet. What is he talking about? There's no cliff there. He wants us to change because he can see something up ahead that he wants it for himself. That's what they do. That's what they do. Because they tell you why. Why you're trying to take something away. It's always, it's because there's something special there. Like all these people, if they get a medicine and then 6 feet away they die, you know what they think it is instead of the cliff? It's because at the cliff is the harvest. That's when they get to, they think, because this is how they think. They're reptiles. They think you're gonna get all the adrenochrome for yourself. You're gonna get all the loosh. That's what they respond to. And if you look at where their values are at, you'll find that that's where they're at. They don't have any interest unless there's gonna be billions of people die. They have to have the people die. That's what it is. That's why they're so afraid. Because if the people die, they won't be able to be cloned and be robot meat. The plan is to take you through death. Because they have something waiting for you. Like this little reindeer. Just going through the snow, just waiting for you. Hello, I'm a happy little reindeer. You see my little face? Just a little reindeer. Just da 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 da. Don't eat me, Joe. Please don't eat me, bro. Look at his hollow eyes of his little Bambi deer. Let's get inside of this damn deer's head. Let's see what's going on in here. Alright. What do we got? Oh, we got a fucking... There's nothing in this thing. Sure there is. That's your hands. That's the world. That's the beautiful sparkles. You see sparkles. That's the future snow. That's the future snow and spores falling from the sky. You just take a deep breath and breathe them in. No, actually though, if you actually take in the breath and you work on your breathing and the times like this, instead of putting your mask on, you don't have to be in public doing this. I'm not telling you to do that. But I'm doing something that I began to do, and it does help. It's like I'll do the breathing, because we as humans, we don't, number one, most of us do not get the full breaths in. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but I can tell that it's very difficult for me to breathe. You know, partially environment, partially because I'm fat. I mean, I'm not completely fat, but I have a stomach gut, which is probably due to my fucking sugary and fucking carbohydrate fucking addiction turning into food addiction. To get bored and sit around, I go around here fucking... Do you see me hanging upside the trees and doing push-ups and shit? Not really. I mean, I have enough motivation to do certain things, but I'm not trying to physically sculpt my body ahead of my mind. And I did find a spot where I did discover something to share, because what it was amazing about it being just a brand new discovery, but something also new, was what I found by going through it yesterday. All right, it may have been the day before, but it was seeing my own dad trying to breathe, and he's got a lot of stuff in his lungs, like mucus that's accumulating up. But listening to him breathe just made me so sad, because of the powerlessness that I felt to actually do anything about it. And you know, that's a green chakra issue, you know, and it really is. It takes you into your heart. Now, the thing about it was, I had to go through it in a certain type of way, like to embrace it, you know, because it was a very abyss of sadness behind it. And what covered it over was just a very thin veil of memory that let me go through my day and not be too upset, because it could have been the type of upset from being powerless that could cause you harm. But since I had embraced it and I let it pass over me, I noticed that the screen memory that I was able to pull off of it was that reptile, like that skin that they say goose flesh or whatever. It is like a skin. It's very thick, but it covers your whole body. It's your largest organ. Just think about that for a second. Your hairs come out of it, different shit. Just think about the quickening, because it says that about that in the Bible. And it also says, I forgot what I was going to say. But it's important, because once I had figured that out, I was able to take that compassion and transfer it over to my perceived attacker, which is coming from video game. The clues are in the video game for me personally, where my most disgust. You know, we have in our humanity, we have animalistic mechanisms still, and one of them that the animals have is the disgust. And from the show, the guy was talking about when people yawn, you know, it's psychosomatic, so it spreads. You know, you can do that with yawning, but it was talking about a video. They sent him a video of a kid throwing up in a class, and usually something will make you nauseous. Do you notice that? Now, it's one of those feelings that you need to take notice of and embrace. Like those three birds are the clue. Yeah, that's definitely a clue when they fly like that. Those are three buzzards too. Right, kitty? I got one of these stickers with the horns on it. And you know, oddly enough, I did have one of these deer legs. It was a gift. It wasn't one that we were able to utilize and cook, but I gave it back to the earth. I gave it to the animals out here. And I did it sort of ritualistically, and I always do that with the animals. Although I may not appear to be, you know, as shamanic as I'm becoming, but I'm actually putting a lot of my soul and spirit into that process of returning back to the land, the certain energies. But see, why I take it so seriously is because I do notice that there are these cannibal types and these other ones. And why they're doing that is they're doing that because they've made deals with non-physical beings who are able to access our reality that way. And that's serious business. You know, because it's this time, the end of the cycle, that we can nullify those contracts. But if you realize it, and this is what's good about Canadian's channel, and I'll say this, is because he's done a lot of really good research at looking at some of that. And if you have someone that does really good research of something, then you should be able to branch out like the plants. And you know, you start off small, like a little finger, but along the certain lines, over time, you should be able to spread just as far and wide like the trees do, in a way. And we're sort of psychologically at that place, and spiritually. But we have to break off of the connection of the archons and the rulers, the ones that require murder and sacrifice. Because you know what? We don't have to accept that. We don't. They tell you that, and that's a lie. That is a lie. The people that they mind control, they have to inflict serious torture, fire and ice, back and forth. They have to go from both. They have to pull their victims, and I'm going to say victims, because it's trauma that they have to do, to fragment and program each of the compartments. And I don't think we have to do trauma to anyone. In fact, I know that we do not. So I just want you to know. If you are attacked or you're prompted or you're triggered to harm yourself or to think that you have to harm someone else to survive, just know that it's a fucking lie.